Please hit the share button. Please hit the share button, niece. Niece, hit the share button. We have an agreement here. When you come in, you hit the share button. Who's that with all those hearts? Hey, niece. Who's that putting all those hearts down there? Hey, niece. Let me give you some sugar. Hey, niece. Hey, Coco. Hey, Latanya Miles. Hey, Deidre Newsom. I ain't seen you in a minute. Hey, Mo Money. I ain't seen you in a while either. Hey, Courtney Anderson. Yes, niece. I'm on time, niece. I'm on time tonight, niece. Hey, Barbara Williams. Hey, Wally. Oh, that was Wally sending those hearts. I appreciate that. Hey, Georgette. Hey, Jermaine. Kendra. Adrian. I'm just eating a cutie. No, I'm not saying I'm a cutie. I'm saying I'm eating a cutie. Hey, good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. Let me get situated. I done situated my situation. Everything is fresh. Hey, Mary Brooks. I done situated my situation, niece. I just got in from the gym. Hey, Ariel. Hey, Reese. Oh, this thing is sweet. How do you say that? Is that Yeleno? YLENOL on YouTube? It got a seed in it. Listen, my skin is glistening because I've been using my my bio oil that Michelle Yates sent me. Hey, Darlene Thomas. You know, Darlene, I got a kick out of your email that you messaged the other day. I posted it where you said you were somewhere and you and a bunch of women were talking about how you guys watch me and stuff. It was funny. Thank you for that. Hey, Cynthia Mangers. YouTube a little slow tonight. We got a little mail that we're gonna discuss tonight. I got a note. Rochelle says she got her water bottle and her mug. Hey, Inga. Georgette said I tried the mussels from the scallops from Aldi's. Did you like them? Oh, hey, Denitha. She said that's lonely spelled backwards. Girl, be careful of the words that you put out into the universe, niece. You ain't lonely. You're just alone right now. I'm alone right now. I'm not lonely, though. Hey, Shonda. Hey, niece. I just got on here, niece. You ain't missed nothing. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Hey, Geraldine over there in Chicago. Chicago. That's how they say it in France. Chicago. I'm eating a cutie. The light is so harsh. It's a cutie, niece. I'm eating a cutie. A cutie is eating a cutie. Danielle said I made it before the 5-minute greetings. Hey, Willie Taylor. He said I read almost half of the first book today. Willie, you just got your book, so does that mean the book is pretty good? This is a clementine. This is not a tangerine. This is a clementine. No, it's a tangerine. Hey, Lisa Smith. Hey, hey, Joy Campbell. Hey, Marion. Hey, Bianca. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey. Patricia Dancy said, I got my books today. I can't wait to read them. Hey, niece. Hey, Veronica. Hey, girl, Ham. I just want to say it again. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig, the writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Let me catch this comment right here. Hey, Sherry, yes, if you order the books through me, I sign them, yes. Now, if you order through Amazon, I don't run over to the Amazon to sign them. If you order them through me, I sign them and I put bookmarks in them. Okay? One book is 20. Where my girl Lola? Lola, I didn't get you together because last week you took off last week and didn't even tell us you were a no-call, no-show. Lola, you were a no-call, no-show last week. I was out here disseminating information to the folk, asking about how to get the book. One book is 20, 236, 334. Then somebody needs to hand Sharon Johnson the memo. Somebody needs to hand her the memo because we say, hey, girl, hey. Or hey, boy, hey. She came up with this old dry ass hey. She was like, hey. Girl, be happy you alive, girl. Be happy you alive, niece. You supposed to come in and be like, hey, girl, hey. The day did not defeat me. Hey, girl, hey. Is that juice from my Clementine that it fell down here? Oh, so they call it a Portugal. Where are you at, Carla James? She said she called it a Portugal. No, I came in from the gym. I went to a spin class today. That spin class almost kicked my ass. I went to a spin class, and then after the spin class, I went to the gym because I needed to lift some weights. I had to move this body. I had to move this body. I had to move some muscle. CJ Johnson said he needs to order his second book today. That's $20 up. Hey, boy, hey. You all know the Cash App information is located up there in the description. Same thing over here on YouTube. Girl, y'all light over here on YouTube. That's why Tiffany came over here to the Facebook today. Is that why Tiffany came over to Facebook? Because it's empty over here in the YouTube community? Girl, it's about 14 people over there. 16. Girl, we rounding up the night over here on Facebook. So I came in, I had a smoothie. And no, I'm going to saute some asparagus and probably saute some kale. But I didn't have time to do that before, I came on. So I'm just going to eat this. I had like 3 or 4 clementines right here. So I'm just going to eat these. This will hold me over until I come off this live. And then I'll go and saute that stuff. But, the smoothie will hold me for a little bit too. Because I put my protein powder in it. Right, I might be lost into Keon's. I thought you were from Trinidad, Carla. But anyway, listen, let's get into the conversation. So I got an email this morning. It was like 10 minutes to 3 a.m. I read the email because, I was awake. Is Rita in here yet? When she comes in here, make sure you stop her at the door and tell her there are no cigarettes tonight. Okay. Oh, Alicia had to threaten you to come over here today, Tiffany? Alicia had to threaten you to come over here to the YouTube, to the Facebook, Tiffany? Why does the Clementines have to have all this string on it? Why I got to have all this string and stuff on it? Anybody want to eat all of that? There go Rita. Somebody stop her and tell her there's no smoking tonight. Where my girl Shar? And the rest of the folk that's supposed to be coming off the cigarettes by May 4th. Danielle says she missed you over here on YouTube, Tiffany. All right, now that that's done. So I got an email today. I posted it on my Facebook earlier. I must have got a little juice from my Clementine right there. I posted it on my Facebook earlier, right? But I'm going to read it because I know some of y'all lazy and didn't want to feel like reading it. Didn't feel like reading it. Where my girl? Hey, Brian. Where my girl? Oh, Melody Locke. I appreciate that. Melody and I went to college together. Melody just sent the Cash App, a $50 Cash App, and it said, I want to encourage my longtime friend. That was so sweet of you, Melody. Thank you. I appreciate that. So listen, my girl Michelle Yates up in New York, she sent me this aloe gel, and I've been putting this on my scars from my car crash. So I appreciate it. I've been doing it every day, throughout the day. So listen, I got this email today. It was 2:38 in the morning. So I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to break it down for you. So it's an extension of the conversation that we had last night. Remember last night? Remember last night? Rita talking about she and he eating a steak and baked potato. First of all, it is too late. It's after 9 o'clock, and she's on East Coast time. It is too late to be eating now. But anyway, this was an extension of the conversation that we had last night. And remember, we were talking about the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. Dwayne Wade's 11-year-old son is gay, and they were at the gay pride down in Miami celebrating him. And one of you asked me, I don't remember who, one of you asked me, do I think they should have steered him in a different direction so that he wouldn't be gay? And I said that I believe that sexuality is instinctive. That's whether you're straight, that's whether you're gay, whatever. Sexuality is instinctive. It just comes natural to you, right? It's not a choice. It's not a decision. It's how you're wired. So I was saying to those who were saying, well, I think he's too young, they should have just kind of put it off for a little bit. I think that it's important for parents of LGBTQ people, children, to embrace them, because if they don't get the love from home, oftentimes gay folk, and I'm speaking from the space of a black gay man, gay men often come into the gay community looking for the love that they never got from their family, right? And in a lot of instances, they're having sex with hopes of finding love, right? So I got this email at 2:38 in the morning. And so I was reading it, and I was going to respond last night, but I was a little tired, and I didn't want to just respond just for the sake of responding. I really wanted to kind of take some time and respond to it. So I slept on it, and then this morning I responded. And I posted his message and my message on my Facebook, but it's a little, his message is a little lengthy, so I know a lot of them didn't read it, because if it ain't 2 or 3 sentences, they not going to read it. So I just figured I would go ahead and do it tonight, and I would break it down for them, and then we can have a conversation about it. Amen? So he told me that I could share it because he does not give his name in here. All right? Come on in and sit down, Keisha. She's still, hey, girl, hey, and we 15 minutes in. Girl, sit down. And Danielle over here on YouTube, she's still saying hello. Girl, we done with the greetings and salutations. She's still talking to Tiffany Smith Bell. Girl, we done with the greetings and salutations, okay? Is everybody seated? Do you have your coffee mugs? If you don't have your coffee mug, go on over to Craig the Writer. Not right now. Don't do this now. Go on over to CraigTheWriterStewart.com and get your coffee mugs and stuff. Now, I'm not drinking a coffee mug today because I don't have a smoothie. I had my smoothie already. I'm drinking this ginger tea that I made. Now, let me get some music on because I like a little ambiance in the background. All right. Onika said, watching you with my sea moss mask on as I'm enjoying my ginger tea. All right. All right. Cynthia Major says she's ready. Sharon Johnson, girl, she got a martini glass. All right. Hey, Aletha. That's my girl that works for the DFCS, Department of Family, Children, and Services. Girl, I can't use your services no more, girl, because I think I'm a little above the radar now, girl. They might lock me up, and I'm not trying to go to jail for no groceries. He not trying to go to jail for no groceries, niece. Is everybody seated over there in the YouTube? Ooh, them children. They're like my misfit children over here on the YouTube. I guess I just haven't groomed them enough. They haven't been here long enough. I haven't groomed y'all enough yet. But we gonna learn you. We gonna learn you. Hold on, let me get a little atmosphere going. Let me get a little light beat going in the background. Let me see. I got different playlists for different things, right? I have a writing playlist, like music that I listen to when I'm writing. So we're gonna listen to that. Now I can't turn it up a whole lot because Facebook be on that shit. Did y'all hit the share button when y'all came in here? Did y'all? Oh, see, that's another thing. I shouldn't have to keep saying that all the time. Hey, Dante Hunt, down there in Virginia. Hey, Sabrina Rivera, girl. We've already done the greetings and salutations. Sit down, you and Dante. All right. So here's his email. He says, in the subject, he put your impact. all right? And he says, Craig, I am so glad I found you. And he got like 15 exclamation points. No, he just got 3. So he says, after listening to you on YouTube last night and what you said resonated with me. I grew up with parents that would not accept their child being gay. This resulted in a lot of my actions, he says, like walking, talking, and waving, to be corrected. So let me just break that down. So what he was saying in that part was, as a child, he had idiosyncrasies that pointed to his gayness. So like, I guess his hand gestures, the way that he walked, the way that he spoke, and they would often say, stop talking like that, or stop moving your hand like that. You've heard people talk like that to kids. Stop acting like a little girl. Stop moving your hands like that. Stop talking like that. And so it caused him to be very, very aware, self-aware, even to the point where he became insecure about his gestures and his movements. And I can identify with that because as a kid, and I think I've shared this before, but I know YouTube, you're new. As a kid, I used to hate my voice, and I talk about this in my second book. When I was a kid, it took a while for my voice to change, right? And whenever like my mom's friends would call, hey, Mr. D, sit down, niece. I mean, brother. Look, niece, sit down. Oh, he said, I'm sitting down and shutting up now. All right, no problem. So listen, so as a kid, like when I would answer the phone, my mom's friends from work or whomever would call her, and they'd be like, hey, Gladys. You know, I'd be like, hello. They'd be like, hey, Gladys. And I'd be like, no, this is... They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Craig. Like, it took a while for my voice to change. And my voice as a child was a point of insecurity for me. And I've said this to you guys before. I've never been an insecure person, although we all have insecurities. We all have insecurities. But I've never been an insecure person overall, but I've had points of insecurity. So my voice was a point of insecurity. Everything that I was insecure about always pointed towards my sexuality, right? So in college, I was a journalism major. And so as a journalism major, I had a lot of speech classes. I had to take a lot of speech classes because the goal originally for me was to do the news. I wanted to sit behind the news desk and do the news, but I realized that I didn't want to do that. So I had a lot of speech classes. And so I was always very, very nervous about getting up in front of the class because I was worried about these same things, like my gestures, my idiosyncrasies, and whether or not people would think I was gay from the tone or the texture of my voice. But as I got older, the texture of my voice changed. But as a child, it didn't. And so when I got my driver's license, I was 16. But I was driving at 15 because my mother was like, Rita. Rodney, sit down. This is a lunch and learn. I'm reading and I'm describing as I'm going, okay? I'm not going to read this email. I'm breaking it down piece by piece. My mother was a smoker, so she used to send me to the store when I was 15 to go and get her cigarettes. She said, Craig, go and get my... I'm like, Mama, I only have a permit. Like, just go on down there. Just take your time. Don't worry. But just take your time. Put your seatbelt on. You know, when you have a permit, you're supposed to have an adult with a driver's license in the car with you. But she'd be like, go on down there and get them cigarettes for me. So I was driving at 15, right? So I'd pull up to the drive-thru, the little fast food places, and I would place my order, and they'd be like, is that all, ma'am? Ma'am, is that all? Listen, I know a lot of the gay boys know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. Now, listen, I'm at a point in my life where I'm clear about who I am. And that's why I joke with you guys and I say I'm sitting with my panties or I got my bra on or I got a permanent. I just be joking. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking because that's my way of trying to, just like black folks feel like we can take the power out of the word nigger. I feel like I can take the sting out of sexuality by breaking down these gender roles and gender walls and that kind of thing, right? So I'll play with you and be like, oh, I had on my nightgown or I'm putting my robe on and you understand? Yes, driving through Upper Park Heights, Melody. So I would go to the drive-thru and they'd be like, ma'am, is that all? So I wrote about that in my second book. And that was one of the things that a lot of gay guys would message me about or stop me about. I remember I did a book signing down in Houston, and one of the guys was like, that really touched me. He said, because it was the same way for me. Like, I really appreciate you talking about that, you know? So anyway, as a kid, I think I carried a lot of those insecurities because I too, as a child, thank you, BJ, I'm gonna take my time, niece. But I too, as a child, was called names by my family members. And of course, I was called names by schoolmates or classmates, you know, because the first time you get into an argument with someone in school, the first thing they say is, oh, you punk, or you sissy, or, you know, whatever. In Baltimore, they say, you faggy. They don't say faggot, they say faggy. So anyway, and it would sting. And so those are the things that you start to carry with you, and you become more cognizant of how you speak, how you move. And I'm gonna bring it on home right now by saying that's why as an adult man, when I sometimes meet a guy in the context of dating, I can tell when they're wearing a mask. I can tell when they're trying to be rigid and not really allow me to see their true mannerisms. They're not allowing me to really hear how high-pitched their voice can go. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I can tell when a guy is trying to come off more virile than he is. But I know it always points back to sexuality. You picking up what I'm putting down, Alpha Charm? So I can always tell when a guy is he's wearing a mask. I talk about this in the Day in the Life too, my stage play. I got to bring that show back. But, you know, he talks and tries to speak with a heavier voice. You know, drag queens aren't the only ones that wear drag, right? The boys wear drag too when they wear their Timberlands and their oversized jeans. That's drag as well. So anyway, so he basically said, I'm back to the email now, Rodney. So he says in here, this resulted in a lot of my actions, walking, talking, waving, to be corrected by the adults in his life. They would correct him. And I had to listen to many speeches about things other people said about me. I was often hurt and picked on in school and when I came home. Remember, I've told you guys before, I was called a sissy, fag, and a punk by friends and family members and people who claimed they loved me, long before I was ever called a nigger out in the streets by somebody non-black. So he went on to say, I could not be honest about my day, because if I did, I would be reprimanded for acting in a manner to cause me to be called names. So in other words, when he would come home as a child, he would never really say that I had a bad day today or the kids picked on me today, because his family would say, well, if you weren't acting like a little girl, then they wouldn't pick on you. You know, they made him the reason behind the taunting or the bullying, right? So he went on to say he held all of that stuff in. He never could talk to them. And this is why I said to you guys before, for those of you that are parents or grandparents or whatever, I want you to really, really be conscious about I want you to make an effort, a concerted effort to love your children even more than you already do. When they come home, give them a nice smile, give them a nice hug. You understand what I'm saying? Because the world, especially black children, because the world is going to treat them like shit when they go out there, especially black little boys, black little girls. And so when they come home, home should be a safe space for them. Don't give them hell at home, and then they got to go out in the streets and be in hell too. You understand what I'm saying? So love on them when they're at home so that you can give them the foundation so that when they go into the world, they can navigate a bit more effortlessly, right? So he went on to say that he could never really tell his family that he got teased at school and, you know, they were taunting him, because the parents would then turn it around on him and say, well, if you weren't acting like a little sissy, then they wouldn't have treated you that way. So he went on to say, this taught me to keep things in and learn to deal with feelings and emotions on my own. And what I will say right there is, when you keep things bottled up like that, it has to go someplace. You understand what I'm saying? If you've been through a breakup and you've never really dealt with that breakup, or if you've been through some sort of an abuse or bullying or whatever, and you've never really dealt with it, you've never really talked about it, you've never really had a release or an outlet for it, and you think you're keeping it in, it has to go someplace. It has to go someplace. It manifests, I believe, as migraine headaches. It manifests as heart attacks. It manifests as cancers in the body. It manifests outside of your body too. Sometimes it manifests in such a way that you choose poor partners. You choose poorly in your relationships, and you may not even have a clue why you choose so poorly. And it's really because your inhibitions have been lowered. I believe you date at the level of your self-esteem. Did somebody need to hear that again? I believe that you date at the level of your self-esteem, niece. So when you think that you have just bottled this thing up and you're not really doing anything with it, it's showing up in your life. It's showing up in your professional relationships. You may not even have a clue why you don't get along with anybody at your job, your supervisor, your coworkers. Why is everything so contentious? Your platonic relationships, your romantic relationships, your familial relationships. It's because you got this pent up shit in here that you think that you've suppressed. And it's just manifesting and showing up in your life everywhere, just spilling over. So let me finish. So he says, this taught me to keep things in and to learn to deal with feelings and emotions on my own. This is why I say it's important to have a tribe. I believe it's important to have a tribe. I think it's important to have a tribe. I'm not saying you sit down and tell all your business, because see, some of y'all talk too much. Some of y'all, you're going to tell your business no matter where you sit your ass down. Wood, cloth, or leather. You're going to sit there and tell your business to whoever's going to listen. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying you need to have a tribe. You need to have wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, you just need to have about 2 or 3 people that you can really talk to, that you know that they can give you really sound advice. And that's one of the things that I pray every single night. You guys know that I pray every night, down on my knees. I don't care who's here with me. If I'm dating somebody and they spending the night for the first time, I'm still getting down on my knees. I'll be in the bed in a second. I need to sit down and thank the Lord. Amen. So I get down on my knees and I say, dear Lord, thank you for the ability to reason and make sound decisions and judgment. That's a part of my prayer every night. Every night. So he said, additionally, because of all of the corrections, I became withdrawn. When he's talking about corrections, he means they would correct the way he spoke, the way he walked, the way he moved. He said he became withdrawn. Now let me pause right here. Do you remember, did you guys read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Maya Angelou's book? Right? Remember in that book, she talks about, as a child, I think it was like 3 or 4 years out of her life as a child, she didn't speak. She did not speak as a child because she had been raped. Remember, she had been raped. And so the trauma, the effects of that trauma, that rape, caused her not to speak, right? So she withdrew. This is what this boy is saying, or this man is saying here. I became withdrawn because the people in his family were like, stop walking like that, stop talking like that. So he just basically just wanted to become invisible. He wanted to become invisible. And he has carried that with him until now as an adult. He just tries to shrink. He tries to shrink, okay? Remember that. So then he says, so let me say this to you. So if you have a child in your life, whether it's your child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, whomever, godchildren, and they are withdrawn in some kind of way, you may want to have a conversation with them or get them to a therapist quickly, because there's a trauma that probably happened in their life. There's probably a trauma that happened in their life and they just haven't talked to you about it. So think about that, all right? So he said, I became withdrawn. I did not like to speak or wave to anyone if my parents were around, for fear that I'd get into trouble if it wasn't done in a manner that they approved of. You know, this is why so many gay boys try to move through the world and pass as straight. This is why we have this whole DL phenomenon. Because we don't allow children to be who they are. We don't allow boys to be gay, women to be gay. So anyway, so some of that dysfunction is taught. So when we talk about DL men and how that just don't make no sense, they're just deceptive, you got to remember they were trained to be that way. They were trained as little boys first. Okay? So then he goes on to say, this made me a bit awkward, and people, including family, started saying things like I'm standoffish or that I don't like people. That wasn't the case at all. It's just all the hurt caused me to not want to interact too much. Now I'm grown and I still have issues from my childhood. Now listen, I'm going to pause right there. I believe that we carry our experiences with us in every relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic, whether it's professional. We carry the sum total of our experiences with us. So your childhood is always going to show up in your adulthood, especially in your romantic relationships, because that's the person that you spend most time with. Your childhood shit is always going to come up. And so it is important that you find out how the person you're involved with was raised. It's important for you to ask those kind of questions. Fuck what's your favorite color, where you want a vacation. You need to know how they were raised. Was there any abuse in your life? Like what's going, because it's going to show up in your life. It's going to show up in your relationship. That's one of the first things that I ask people. So how were you raised? Now, I don't ask that day one, but trust and believe in the first 72 hours, I'm getting to those questions. So was your father in your life? Like, what? You got to ask that kind of stuff. Y'all so busy worrying about what kind of car he drive and these are my bangs blowing. Y'all asking the wrong questions, niece. How were you raised? Okay? Those are the things you got to ask. Because this man's issues are going, if you end up in a relationship with this man right here, this stuff that I'm reading to you is going to come up in your relationship. Believe me. Believe you me. And he hasn't resolved it yet. He clearly hasn't resolved it yet because he's still carrying this. And this is not mine. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this does not belong to me. Iyanla Vanzant said, being an adult is really about healing childhood trauma. And I believe that. I believe that. Being an adult is about healing childhood trauma. Now that's Iyanla Vanzant. That doesn't belong to me. But let me go over here to China Dickerson. China Dickerson said, how did your parents communicate? That's an important question. Like, because my thing is, as a child, those of us who were raised in two-parent households, we have more of a demonstration of what a two-parent or what a relationship would look like. Doesn't mean that it was a healthy relationship. But oftentimes, if you were raised in a two-parent household, or where you saw your mother and your father interacting consistently over a long period of time, more than likely you're going to be relationship oriented as well, right? But what I have come to understand is that most black men and women, but we're talking about men right now. Most black men, my lip itching, did you see that? Most black men were raised by single women, either their grandmother or their mother or an auntie. So most black men don't have a demonstration of what a long-term relationship looks like because they were raised by a single woman. You picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Because I don't hear y'all. Anyway. I don't think y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So anyway, he goes on to say, now I'm grown and I still have issues from childhood and it has shown up in my relationships. I used to use sex as a tool to find love. Remember I said that last night? Remember I said this is what resonated with him. When I said last night, oftentimes, not always, so gay men, please don't inbox me. Not all the time. But a lot of cases, gay men come into this gay community searching for love through sex, hoping to find love through sex. And I'm going to add this here. So many of us, this is men, women, gay, straight, whatever. So many of us will be on this forever journey looking for love, only to realize that we had the opportunity for it, and we overlooked it for the wrong reasons. But anyway, so he says, what I found was abuse, physical and emotional, and HIV. Now, again, that doesn't mean that every person that's living with HIV came from a broken background. That's not to assume. Don't assume that. Well, this is how we take out some of the toxicity. China over here on YouTube said, Craig, I wish that black male masculinity was not so toxic because you have some real jewels to drop for heterosexual black men, but they won't hear you because of the toxicity. Right. Now, some will, but some will not. You're right. You're right. So then he says, unfortunately, after I got diagnosed, I became very, very sick. I had to quit my job, and the few friends I had walked away from me. I haven't told anyone about my status. And see, this is the kind of emails that I get often. And when I first put out my first book, I was flooded with emails from gay men talking about this stuff that many of us have carried at some point. And it would be so heavy for me at times. It would be so heavy. Like, it would just be to the point where I just had to step away from it because it just felt so heavy. And I just felt like, it felt like the work was so overwhelming that I could never make a dent in that work. You understand what I'm saying? It felt so massive. And it was just like, oh my God, but then I realized, you know, as I got more adjusted to the work, I just started to just bite off and chip away at pieces, right? And I just didn't look at it as this whole big piece of work, right? So he said, I haven't told anyone about my status, but I'm dealing with all of this on my own, and it really hurts. All I can do is sit around and think of all of the what ifs. I try to keep a positive outlook, but it is hard. I keep asking myself, what is there for me to learn from all of this? And I have come up with so much. I know that things could be so much worse, and I'm thankful that they aren't. I just want a better, I don't know what he wanted to say there. He just said, I just want a better, and then there's a period. So then he goes and says, I do want you to know that you and Madison often make me smile. So for that, thank you. Respectfully, me. And then he said, you can read this on the live because I have left my name out. So then I responded today, this afternoon. And I said, hey there, good morning. I'm glad you found me too. I read your email shortly after you sent it, but I really wanted to stew over it before I responded. I'll share it tonight on the live and give a full perspective. But what I'll say now is everything happens by design, as it's all designed to grow us if we choose to see the lessons. Not sure if you've ever heard Oprah say, forgiveness is giving up on the idea that things should have happened differently. If you haven't already forgiven your family, you must to move past this in such a way that it can no longer manifest in your life through your relationships, platonic, professional, and romantic. Your emotional healing is critical to your survival and your peace of mind. You are the reason I write. Know that. I'll say more tonight. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because I had a feeling that somebody else could benefit from that. There's so many layers to it. But I mean, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say about it as I was reading it to you, even though Rodney tried to rush me through it. But listen, if you have gay children or relatives, like, you really have to think about the impact. You really do. You really do. You really have to think about. Hey, girl, hey. But yeah, so if you're watching this, I would suggest that you get some counseling if you haven't already done that. I would definitely suggest for your own healing. Yeah. Dan Twan said, it's sad that we are so connected in today's society, but still so lonely. Hey, Rita. Rita, you still have till May 4th to come off them cigarettes. Rita said, this is why I love you, Craig. You are always there. You still need to come off them cigarettes. Um, yeah, I don't know what city he's in. I was thinking about that. I don't know what city he's in, but I would hope that he would get some counseling. I really do, because sometimes when you speak to an impartial person, somebody who's not connected to you, when you can really just unload, you can sometimes, because counseling isn't really about them giving you the answers. It really is about having a sounding board. You can come and arrive to those answers on your own. Because sometimes, because I've gone to counseling, it's really about hearing yourself say it and then just allowing those conversations to reveal it to you so that you then know what the next best steps are. Yes, there was a man who emailed that to me. But yeah, it's a release. Yes, counseling is a release. A release. This ginger tea is good. And you know what I've realized? The longer you let that ginger boil, the stronger it becomes. Now, if you don't like it really strong, then don't let it boil long. But I like mine with a little something in the bag. Thank you, Danielle. Michelle Yates says, this young man needs counseling and a good hug to let him know that there is nothing wrong with being who he is and that he needs to embrace who he is without fear. That's what Michelle Yates said. Because whenever I do her voice, like I do all of y'all voices, what this young man needs is a hug and a da-da-da. You know, but you know, when I do that for her, she's like, I don't talk like that. I'm a woman, but I have a heavy voice. So that's my impression of her voice. That's my impression of Michelle's voice. Michelle, is that how you would have said it? Dan Twan said, why did I give you Maya Angelou's voice? Rita, I didn't see your tea. Rita's supposed to quit smoking cigarettes May 4th. Don't just say May, Dr. Young, because she'll think that she has until May 31st. No, her deadline to stop smoking is May 4th. What Keon want? Girl, you better not be on that raggedy ass phone. Are you on that raggedy ass phone before I go adding you? Let me see. China Dickerson said, Craig, do you volunteer with young gay black boys? I am sure that they would appreciate your insight. Would be good for them to know that the best is yet to come. I have spoken at it. When I first started with the book, the first book, my target would always be, I need to know what device you on. I'm not adding you if you're on that phone because I don't want to hear all that crackling and shit. But when I put the first book out, I used to target gay youth organizations, and I would go and read and speak and we're still donating books. Like we donate books to Marcellus just donated when he donated those greeting cards last week. He also donated copies of Words Never Spoken to some gay youth groups. So Nikki and I, we target gay youth groups across this country, and we send them books. We send them copies of my first book because I think the best of what I can tell them, I've written in that book. Because of course I can't be everywhere. So until I get to those places, some places I may not ever get to. So I've tried gifting these. And so you guys, YouTube, you're new, so you haven't. But my Facebook people, they would often send me, they would pay for a certain amount, like Avriel Duvernay, she would cash at me for 9 books and say, hey, go ahead and gift those to an or I donated some to BJ. She's down in Florida. She has an LGBTQ group, a book club, and I donated some of the books that the Pen Pals had donated. And then I was in Florida and I went and spoke to them. I had dinner with them. So it just depends. So there are times. And so Monquetta, email me. You said Monquetta, email me. But so yeah, so we do donate books. We still donate books and all of that. So I appreciate when you guys donate those books because lately we've been giving them to y'all. Like when they donate books, we've been giving them to y'all. We've been giving them to y'all lately. But I've been giving them to gay youth groups. What did, yes, you said bring the Queen Supreme Court to Vegas. Girl, it's echoing. I'm about to get you off of here. What is that?
It is not echoing.
It is so. Girl, he always wanted me to bring him on there. He got this horrible internet. Kevin said, I give back. I want to bring you here to do a conference here with mental health. I would love to do that, Kevin. I would love to do that, Kevin. Let me read these comments over here. China Dickinson said, when I get paid, I'll donate a few books. That'll be my charity donation for the month. Oh, that is so sweet. As a cisgender heterosexual, you better come on with the terminology. I am not sure how to be supportive to your community. I'll donate the books. I appreciate that. Yes, anyone can join, Danielle. Danielle said, what's the name of your Facebook group? There's a private group over on Facebook. It's called So Much to Say Podcast Pen Pals. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. And then Cowgirl from DC said, oh, I'm late. I don't know what Keon, I think Keon has Sprint. He know it only works when he's on that tablet and he got to be on Wi-Fi. He want me to be calling him and the shit be sounding all horrible. HBO and Oprah took down the MJ Dot in interviews. Did you see that? China Dickinson, no, I did not see that. She said HBO and Oprah took down the Michael Jackson documentary in the interviews. Did you see that? See, I had heard that Finding Neverland or whatever, it was starting to unravel. I had this conversation in the barbershop the other day. Remember the other day I went to the barbershop? We were talking about that in the barbershop. I don't think that in my barber now, we were saying how we don't understand that why now, when did Michael Jackson die? 2009, 10 years after Michael Jackson's death, they would do this interview because it's like, at this point, it looks like you're just looking for money. You're not seeking justice because that man is already gone. So he can't go to jail. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not even about you're after justice at this point. So, but the stories are starting to unravel. But I never believed, I know some of you all believe that Michael Jackson was touching some of them children. I never really believed that. Now, I could be wrong, but I just never felt that in my spirit. Now, I believed OJ was guilty. I believe that from the gate. I can't believe Oprah would do this either, again, after the man is dead, because it's not like he can tell his side of the story. It's not like if it did come out that he did, that they could seek some sort of justice. He's gone. So at this point, are you just trying to get some money? Yes, Kevin Quick. I was going to talk about that tonight. I didn't want to jump into it because I didn't read the entire article. But there's a guy, a teacher here 42 years old, who killed his boyfriend. I don't know the details because I didn't read the article, but I will be putting it on the Queen's Supreme Court on Monday. I've already sent it over to Madison, said we put this on the show Monday, because I don't know the details. I don't know the particulars. But all I know is this man killed his boyfriend. And then there's another story where I'm putting on the show for Monday too. This woman killed her pastor, and she shot the wife in the shoulder. Now, the wife thought she was just a member of the church, and they were over at the house or whatever. And then the mistress pulls out a gun and said, "You broke my heart." She said to the man, "You broke my heart," and she shot him and killed him, a pastor of a church. And I think it was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Again, I haven't read the whole story, but I believe it was Little Rock, Arkansas. I have to read that because we're going to put that on the show Monday too. And the wife was none the wiser, as my mother would say. She was none the wiser. She didn't even know that the man was having an affair. But the wife got shot in the shoulder, but the husband was killed. And the last thing that woman said to him was, "You broke my heart." And she pulled that gun out and shot and killed him. But yeah, so I'm gonna read I'm gonna read both of those articles. I have those so that I can read that. Years ago, a British interview Michael Jackson did realized that so much gay porn was in his home. I have heard that before too. Oh, okay, it was in Memphis, but they were from Little Rock. Okay, the one where the pastor got killed. Ooh. Yeah, he brought his mistress to the house because, again, they were friends. And like the wife just thought that they were just there. Like the woman came over to their apartment. That was Liz Wright in the background. You don't know nothing about that. Liz Wright, called Blue Rose. It's a song. It's on her first album called Salt. Oh. Yes, I saw a piece of that too, Kevin, about he had stolen some money from the church, like $100,000 or something. Too much. Too much. Tina said the so-so churches, real Christians don't have time for the foolishness. This is really hurtful to hear. Oh, look, Alicia, a.k.a. Eyewitness News. She said he paid for her abortion and has a few other girlfriends. Oh, my. Alicia got all of the news. Yes, that's on my Spotify playlist, Mantra. I'm playing. Well, I don't think I shared this one. I'll share this one with you. Remember, this is my writing playlist. So I'll share this one in the group, in the So Much to Say podcast group. I'll share it once I get off this live. But yeah, that particular song was called Blue Rose by Liz Wright. This right here is Kendrick. My heart. But yeah, so today, that's what I did today. I was collecting stories for the show for Monday. I went to my last chiropractic appointment today. I watched I watched the reunion for Married at First Sight today. I told y'all months ago, for those of you who watched it, I told y'all months ago that white boy Luke was gay. Now, he didn't say it on the show today, but Your Honor, the evidence will show. You see my permanent scars? These are permanent scars, niece. These are not going anywhere. That, and these little right here. And I got one over here. Are you talking to Hat Guy who drove the car? He's still mad. Girl, I guess he's still mad, Danielle. I haven't talked to him, girl. Well, girl, I mean. No, Marie. No, we haven't. So I got to Madison to tell her y'all should bring the show to Vegas. Well, Kevin, email me the locations for me, and we can make it happen for the show. If you send it to Madison, she ain't gonna. Well, she probably ain't gonna see it. But if you send it to her, she ain't gonna do nothing but send it to me. So just send it to me, and maybe Kevin, we can, with the same time that we bring the show to Vegas, you and I can do whatever it is that you want me to do with the youth out there. We can just do it while I'm already out there in Vegas. All right. So we're looking actually for venues for in cities to travel to for June. We already got dates all the way through May. So we're now looking for June, July, all those dates. Yes, indeed, Jessica. Oh, somebody said I could still do a Paul Olive commercial. Who said that? Christina. Hey, Jeanette Dennis. She is late. She's talking about, hey, boy, hey. Girl, she should have came in here and just sat down. She's talking about, hey, boy, hey. Girl, sit down. I can still sell rings on QVC. Be a hand model on QVC. Oh, my goodness. I did a smoothie before I came on the live. Yeah, so I didn't make another one. I made one before I came on the live. I used some Swiss chard. I used some cucumber. I used banana. I used mango, pineapple, strawberry. I put some watercress in there. I put some ginger tea as my base. I put some ice in it, of course. I put my vegan protein in there. I put some of the beet powder in there. Did I put something else in there? I think that was it. And I blended that girl up. Oh, some carrots, some baby carrots. I put that in there. I would love to come to Cincinnati. I keep saying to Madison, we got to bring the show to Ohio. Cleveland, Columbus. I know y'all want to come to Cincinnati and Toledo and all of that stuff too. But yeah. Hey, what y'all know about that? I am from the West Side. I'm from 21215, niece. Baltimore. Craig, I started using sea moss. It's almost healed my chronic leg pain. Come on, daughter. I've had it for years. It's about 70% gone. See, y'all can say what y'all want. Girl, it's something to be said about this plant-based diet, niece. Let me tell y'all what Java said. She said, Craig, I started using sea moss. It's almost healed my chronic leg pain. I keep trying to tell y'all. Monquetta, email me now because we need to look for your tracking. You said you haven't received your book. Now, was this a free book or was this a book that you paid for? Look. Oh, God. Wait, get me on what now? Thank you, Tina. We need to put you on a dating show, Craig. Would you be the first gay bachelor if we could get you on? Ooh. Where is 21217? Danielle? Cowgirl from Cowgirl DC for Life. You get sea moss. You can get it from the farmer's market. I got mine from a natural store here in Atlanta called Seven Onda. Now, the next time I go there, I'm going to get the vegan powder. I mean, not the vegan powder, the sea moss powder, because it'll be just like my vegan protein powder, and it will dissolve in there. The last time I got, I'll look for the tracking, Monquetta. Just email me, because I definitely remember shipping it. I remember signing your name. I remember giving the information to Nikki. But I'm going to get the powder the next time, because this last time I got the sea moss flakes. And I wanted to really dissolve into the smoothie. Oh, Riggs Avenue. My aunt lives over there on Riggs. Do you know my Aunt Coretha? You know my Aunt Coretha? Oh, so Java says she got the powder. Yeah, see, I'm going to get the powder the next time. I want the powder. I have never used the purple sea moss. This was the first time I had used sea moss before. I mean, this was the first time I had ever used sea moss. But I'm going to actually, I'm going to start incorporating that into my smoothies. J-Vu. See, I was saying it like the French say it because "v" means to be able to see in French. Um, uh, baby, this song "Optimistic." When I say it comes on my playlist at the gym, girl, that thing will take me around the track one more time. Oh, she said her husband is cranky and sleepy. Come on, 21223, West Baltimore. West Baltimore is in the building tonight. They have sea moss powder and they have sea moss flakes, but you can also get the actual plant. You can actually get the sea moss plant, but you're gonna probably have to get that from. It's a Caribbean thing. So if you have like a Caribbean store, like a Caribbean grocery store, you can get it from places like that. You're not gonna just find it in the Ralphs or the Kroger or the Publix. They ain't not gonna just have it over there next to the cucumber. Okay. But yeah, so today I ran out of sea moss. I used all of my sea moss last night on my smoothie that I made last night. So I need to get some more. I've showed you guys how to make the ginger tea before. Sherry must have been absent that night. Hey, Nia. Mike is good. Right, Sherry told me she was absent. She forgot to send her note. Get the sea moss leaves, which is good as the plant. Yeah, so, yeah, the sea moss leaves, I'm good too, yeah. Oh, so Jay Vu says she ordered the plant too. Awaiting delivery now. Thanks for sharing, Craig. It's changed my life in just 4 days. That's amazing. That really is amazing. And so, Craig, officially all of the mint in the fridge is now seafood. The meat in the fridge. Oh, seafood. The meat in the fridge. Oh, Beyond Brand. I'm working to do. Oh, good for you. China said everything that's in her fridge now is just seafood and beyond meat. So there's no more actual meat. She said I'm working to do better with my dairy. Good for you. Now listen, as far as seafood goes, now remember you cannot eat that every single day because you don't want to get the gout. Tiffany must have been popping her popcorn when they asked about Will. Girl, no, we haven't, and Samantha wasn't listening because Samantha was definitely in here. No, I have not talked to Will. I have not, so I don't know how he's doing. But be careful with the seafood. You cannot eat seafood every single day because it's too much mercury. And you don't want to end up with the gout in your feet. Okay? So remember, you don't want to eat seafood. Now, your seafood that's really high in mercury, shrimp, salmon. So, just look it up. Look that kind of stuff up. Like just Google that kind of stuff. Which fish has the highest amounts of mercury? Or Google mercury content in shrimp, mercury content in flounder. You understand? So just be careful with your seafood. You don't want to eat that every day, daughter. Because yes, it will give you gout. And shrimp are very high in cholesterol too. I don't know if you know that. So just be careful with that. So, but definitely, and I don't think I will ever come off of seafood. At least today, I don't feel like I will. Because I'm from Maryland and I love seafood, But, just slowly incorporate it. Do use some grilled fish. Pan sear, use some fish. Put it on top of your salads and things. So I'm really starting to incorporate more stuff in my smoothies because I want all of that nutrition. Because remember, your body does not crave food. Now, you might be craving hot wings. Your body does not crave food. Your body craves nutrients. Your body craves nutrients. Your body doesn't crave food. All right? So keep that in mind. Listen, I'm about to get off of here. Today is Wednesday. I should be on tomorrow. We'll see. You guys have an amazing night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Monquetta, I'm going to check on your tracking stuff. Christina said YouTube is frozen. Yes, the merchandise is over at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. That's your coffee mugs, your Hey Girl Hey, your Hey Boy Hey. your Good Day Thinkers, Thought Leaders, Progressors, and Dreamers. All of those mugs and water bottles are over there at CraigTheWriterStewart.com, as well as the Say It in a Card coffee mug. But then we have SayItInACard.com with the greeting cards. Mother's Day is coming up. Don't be waiting until the week of Mother's Day and then be trying to rush me and Nikki to ship your orders out. You know how somebody roll their eyes like that? Don't be waiting until the week of Mother's Day and then be trying to rush us to ship your shit out because you waited till the last minute. You remember people used to roll their eyes? Oh my God. Don't be waiting till the last minute to be ordering your stuff. And then be trying to email me, I haven't gotten my stuff yet. Thank you, Dan Twan. I appreciate that. Wendy Newman said she's on YouTube and hers is fine. She said, so whoever that is, Christina, who said, she didn't say this, I'm ad-libbing. Christina, whoever that is over there whose YouTube is freezing up, that's your Obama phone. Yes, the books are also on Amazon, iBooks, Kindle, Nook, Audible. Yours truly is reading them on the thing. My Cash App ID is The Writer. If I Cash App you, can you just send the cards? Well, BJ, now how I'm supposed to know which card she wants if she gonna Cash App me? Now why she can't just go over to SayItInACard.com and put the cards that she wants in the shopping cart? Alicia Wells Jr. Alicia is the same way. Talking about, well, I'm just gonna just Cash App you and just send me something. Girl, what kind of, what? Wendy Newman is over here on YouTube. JB walking in. No, niece, don't even come in. We about to leave. JB telling me he walking in with his finger up. Don't even walk in. We leaving. Don't even take your jacket off. Somebody stop him, but get his offering before he leaves. Get his offering, though. Get his offering, though. He may be walking. Listen, get JB's offering before we leave. He may have gotten here late, but he made it in the building, so get his offering. All right, listen. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Don't forget your oil pulling. All of my people over here that are really changing your diets and stuff, get you some, let me show you what I use. Hold on, niece. Don't forget to oil pull. Now, what you want to do is, this is the way that I do mine. I floss my teeth first. Okay? I floss my teeth. Then I brush them. And then I oil pull. So I use the oil pull or the coconut oil like a mouthwash. But you still want to use your mouthwash because you need to get back to that epiglottis. That's where a lot of that funk is. So you need to make sure you get back to the epiglottis. But listen, now this just came from Trader Joe's. It doesn't have to come from Trader Joe's. They have it at Walmart. They have it everywhere. What you are looking for, you can even go on Amazon. It doesn't matter what brand you use, okay? Stop worrying about the brand. The key things that you want to look for your coconut oil is it needs to be cold pressed and unrefined. Cold pressed and unrefined. Somebody said, Jay Vu said, it's been oil pulling for about 8 years. It really works. That's what I'm trying to tell him, Jay Vu. You want cold pressed and unrefined, organic, virgin. Write this down, niece. Don't be emailing me later telling me, what was that you had said? Because if y'all don't stop emailing me about them apps that I done told you about to get your cheap flights. I done told y'all 19 times that I use Skip Lagged and I use JustFly.com to purchase my flights. My flights round trip be like $73, sometimes be $102. It just depends. Now, it's not always the case, but a lot of times, listen. Write this stuff down. They think I'm just sitting around here waiting to respond to their emails about stuff that I done said on the video, stuff that they can actually go back on the video and rewind and listen to again. No, they want to email me. And then we want to be worrying me because I don't send their stuff out quick enough. Is that light bulb trying to go out? She back there flickering? Okay, Marie said, just hush and give it to us. So it's cold pressed and unrefined, organic, virgin coconut oil. Jay Vu said, I use Scott's cheap flights for international flights. Oh, I'm going to have to write that down. I have to write that down. Scott's cheap flights. Who the hell is Scott? Is he flying the plane? I don't want to fly with him. Scott's cheap flights. Him. Scott's cheap flights. And so what you do is you take a tablespoon. Now, is she thick like Crisco? She's thick like Crisco. But you're going to take a tablespoon, niece. And as soon as you put it in your mouth, she's going to melt down. She's going to melt down to an oil. Okay? And you swish it around in your mouth, in between your teeth. You know, you ain't want to do it in between your teeth. All in your, you ain't gargling with it, niece. It's through your teeth. So oil pulling. You don't know nothing about this playlist, P. Marcel. Girl, let me give you a little bit of this faith. Yes. There's something about faith. I'm going to put this playlist, my writing playlist, over there in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group on Facebook. So listen, you want to make sure, Lettucey is in there, trust and believe, Danielle. We got a little Layla Hathaway in there. See, this is why I be moving around from conversation to conversation, because y'all be taking me too fast. And then you want to try to act like I got ADD. Rodney. He think I didn't see that comment. Anyway, this is really good for pulling toxins from your body. It pulls impurities from your body. It whitens your teeth. It whitens your teeth. And it fights plaque and tartar. Okay? So, now, you can't put it in your mouth and swish it around like a mouthwash and then spit it right out. Now, the thing is, you want to spit it in your toilet because you don't want this oil to be clogging up your drain and shit and then be trying to inbox me talking about, well, Craig, you had told me to go ahead and say spit it in your toilet, in your sink. Girl, anybody should know you don't spit oil down your sink, girl. Then your shit get to clogging up. Spit this down in your toilet. You swish it around. Now, you need to do it for at least 5 minutes, niece. Now, you may not be able to do it in the morning on your way to work because some of y'all be halfway late to work anyway. Do it at night when you're just sitting around watching TV doing nothing. Okay? Swish it around in your mouth. Make sure you go in between your teeth. Make sure you go in between your teeth. Okay? And do it as often as you think about it. Now, when I first started doing it, I was doing it every day. But I don't do it that often now. I definitely do it about 3 times a week. Okay? Spit it in your toilet or the trash can somewhere. And then you just spit it out. And it gives you a... Now, some people, you don't have a good gag reflex. So this may not work for you. But what you could still do is... You could take a tablespoon, put a little bit in the microwave, and just melt it down a little bit. And don't burn your gum trying to put that in your mouth. I didn't say cook it. Just melt it down a little bit in the... Bianca said, I've been using it for 5 years and my dentist recommends it. Yes. This is an old Asian tradition. Like, when I say Asian, I don't mean like Chinese and Japanese people. I'm talking about Indians. You know, the Indians are Asian. India, the country, that's over on the continent of Asia. So they've been doing it for centuries. Now, you can add a little cinnamon. The Greek girl and her horses said you can use, but now Tonette sent me a pure form of but it's just a liquid. It's not. I don't have to melt it down. It's just a liquid, and I put it in my mouth and I switch. But I use this too. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, just think about it. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Get down on your knees and say your prayers. Now, if you can't get down on your knees because you got fluid on your knees or your ankles are too heavy, just lay in your bed and just take a moment and just reflect. Be grateful. Ask God for vision. Ask God for the next best steps in your life. He'll know what that means. You ain't got to listen. Whether it's your career, whether it's your love relationship, girl, you trapped in this relationship and you just don't even know how to get out. You understand what I'm saying? You have allergies. Who's allergic to coconut oil? Girl, if you're allergic to this, I don't know, girl. Just get you some Listerine, girl, and God bless you. Anyway, have an amazing night. No, don't rinse afterwards, Mr. D. He gonna rinse the oil out. Okay. You need to be changed. Yes, Marquetta, you need to change your toothbrushes every 3 months. Now, if you got a toothbrush that you didn't have for 6, 9, 12 months, good luck. Your bristles are all bent up like this. Your bristles are, you ain't cleaning nothing. You supposed to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Okay?